Hey guys, this is Anthony Morganti. I am MrPhotographer.com. In this video, I'm going to demo and review the Smooth 4 smartphone gimbal from Zhiyun. Before we begin, do me a favor and subscribe to my YouTube channel and click that little bell so you get updates. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you know of anyone that would like this video, please share it. And finally, follow me on Instagram. I am at Anthony Morganti on Instagram. Full disclosure, I received this gimbal from Banggood.com. They're not paying me to do this video, and Zhiyun isn't paying me either. In the description below this video, I'll have a link to Banggood.com so you can check out the gimbal. I believe it's around $99. If you click on that link and purchase it, I will not make any commission. But Banggood.com did give me the gimbal for free. So to remove any personal bias that I might have acquired because I got this for free, in this video I'm going to keep my commentary and personal opinion to a minimum so that you could just see how the gimbal works and whether or not it's something that would work for you. You know what? I'm not going to bury the lead. I know many of you just want to see how this gimbal works. So I'm going to show you a 30-second clip of me walking with the gimbal, and I'm not trying to walk smoothly. I'm just walking in a straight line as I would normally walk with the gimbal held out in front of me. So watch that clip. Okay, you don't really get a lot with the gimbal. You get this little packet, quick start guide, and then you get the gimbal in this styrofoam case. And inside of the case is the gimbal itself, and you get a set of tripod legs, and you get a USB cable to charge it. And that's everything that's in the case. Build quality, the gimbal's built really well. Now from here down, it's all plastic. From here up, it's all steel. So it's pretty solid, but it's very lightweight, so it's not something that's going to fatigue you carrying it all day. Now, to put your phone in the gimbal, by default, it will be in landscape mode. If you're doing an Instagram Live or you're creating an Instagram story and you need it to be vertical, you could do that very easily. Right here, there's a little thumb screw. You loosen that screw and you turn these jaws so that your phone is reoriented 90 degrees to capture that vertical video. I'm going to show you how to insert your phone in landscape mode, of course, the more common way to use it. Just make sure that your camera is away from the gimbal and keep your camera or phone face up and just slide it into the jaws and push down until it rests against the hub of the gimbal itself. Then you could take it and just kind of bring it out. Now, here's a pro tip for you. If when you put this in, with the gimbal off, if it's not staying horizontal, like in my case it's falling down like this, you're going to have to adjust it right here. You'll see there's another little thumb screw, and this allows you to pull back on this arm. Pull back on the arm, tighten this down, and with the gimbal off, your phone should sit horizontally fine. And the reason why I'm going out of my way to tell you this is because when I first got the gimbal, I didn't adjust this arm, and when I powered on the gimbal, the phone straightened out like it's supposed to, but the gimbal got tired, and after a few minutes, it just slowly started to sink back down. So make sure that you balance it with the gimbal power off so that you have it so it sits horizontally fine. Now, I'm not going to go through every feature of the gimbal, but I'm just going to talk about some of the more important features. First of all, what's more important than turning it on? To turn it on, there's just a power button right here. So just long press the power button, and when you do that, the gimbal will come to life and you can see the phone straightened out like that. Now, when you're using the gimbal, You would use it with an app. It's the ZY Play app. It's available in the Android Marketplace and the Mac or the iPhone App Store. It's free. Download that app. It's real easy to tie into your gimbal. It does it via Bluetooth. It finds the gimbal automatically. You just hit connect twice and then you hit enter and you'll have the gimbal tied into the phone. The reason why you want to do that is then most of your phone functions are controlled on the gimbal itself. So you don't have to go up and touch the phone. You could access everything from the gimbal, and you could do everything. I'm not going to go again into every different feature in detail, but you could switch HDR on and off. You could adjust white balance. You could adjust exposure, all from the gimbal. You could go in different types of video resolutions. You could adjust from the gimbal. Again, I'm not going to go into all that detail, but trust me, the ZY Play app is very powerful and it works very well. A couple features I do want to talk about though, first of all, is the gimbal has two operation features. And there's a toggle switch, or just a kind of a flip switch on the front of the gimbal. When it's in the down position, it's in locked position. When it's locked, all three axi are locked. And what I mean by that is if you try to tilt, the phone will stay steady. If you try to roll, the phone will stay steady. And if you try to pan, the phone will stay steady. So it locks all three of those axi. Now if we push it up into PF mode, it's still going to lock tilt and it's going to lock roll, but it will allow you to pan. So it will give you a nice smooth pan in that mode. The next function I want to talk about controls this knob on the side of the gimbal. That will do one of two different things. On the front of the gimbal, you'll notice there's a button that has a bullseye on it. If you press the button, it will light up blue. If you press the button again, it's not lit up. When it is not lit up and you spin this knob, you're going to be in focus mode and you'll be focusing with it. If you press that bullseye button and it lights up blue, you're in zoom mode and you could zoom in and out with this side knob. One unique thing about this gimbal is it doesn't have a joystick so that you could actually move the phone on your own. Meaning, if you have someone in the scene and let's say you have them perfectly framed and they stand up, all of a sudden their head is cut off. Many gimbals will have a joystick so that you could push it so that it will adjust the phone so that it's now capturing their face. This gimbal doesn't have that, but what it has instead is these two triggers on this side of the gimbal. The bottom trigger is what you would use. So if, for instance, I have someone perfectly framed and they're sitting down and they stand up and I want to follow them as they go up, I would hold in the bottom trigger. Then I would tilt up, and you can see now it's allowing me to tilt the phone up, let go of the bottom trigger, and now it keeps that phone in that orientation. So that is, instead of having a joystick to move the phone around, you would simply hold in that bottom trigger, position the phone where you want it, and then let go and it will stay there. Double click or double tap this bottom trigger to reorient your phone straight ahead. Now, another thing you could do is with this bottom trigger is if you just need to follow someone, you hold it in and you could just follow them in all three axis modes. So pan, roll, and tilt. Now, if someone is moving very quickly through the scene, or maybe it's a dog running around and you need to follow it very quickly, that's where this top trigger comes in. Just hold that in and it will allow you to quickly make movements with the phone, and it will move more instantaneously than the bottom trigger. So as I mentioned, just about every feature you could do for your phone is on the gimbal. So you could initiate a video, stop a video, take a photo. You could do all those different things on the gimbal itself. There is one thing though where you're going to have to touch your phone. If you look, when you have the ZY Play app open, if you look in the lower left-hand corner, there's a little dotted circle with a dot in the middle. If you press that and activate it, this will allow you to follow someone moving through the scene. The way it works is you just press on that to activate it. Then on your phone, you draw a box over their face. And then the phone will tell the gimbal, or I should say the phone will follow their face, and the gimbal then will move accordingly to wherever they move. I think that's a very important feature and something that you should know, and a lot of you would probably take advantage of. And the last feature I want to show you is if you're out and you're taking video and you need just to take a break for a moment, you don't want to turn the video off because it's going to make your phone go floppy, you could put it in standby mode. Just take it and fold it down like this until it snaps. The gimbal's now in standby mode and you'll save on battery life. When you want to go back to filming, just go like that and you're back ready to roll. And that's it. That's the Smooth 4 gimbal from Zhiyun that I got from Banggood.com. Now again, in the description below the video, there'll be links to Banggood.com. You could check it out. Remember, if you purchase it, I will not make any money on it, and they're not paying me to do this video. Also, let me know how you like the way I'm doing these reviews, meaning I'm leaving my personal opinion out as best I can and kind of keeping commentary to a minimum. Let me know if that's something you like to see in a review, or if you prefer that I give you my personal opinion. Let me know in the comments below. And as always, thank you for watching my videos. I really do appreciate it. I'll talk to you guys soon.